Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the Zoom call right now. So guys, today we're going to be working on building a fire flame in a coal fire. So I'm going to be building a log cabin fire. And what that is, it's meant for lighting easily and burning down to coals quickly to cook. You pretty much, it's kind of stacking, like a log cabin. You stack the wood on top, put the heat under, and it goes up, falls down, turns into ashes and coals. First of all, we have our tinder, which, to show you how easy it is to light, take a little bit, ball it up, put it right there, you can see it. It's already on fire. Look at that, and then we can just add a little bit more. So, we're gonna start with that. There we go. There we go. This flame's kind of hard to see, but it is there. So I'm gonna creep it in here. Make sure it lights. There we go. Boom! Look at that. We've already got a pretty good fire going. It's hot. I'm gonna use these to fuel the fire. Yeah, this is really hot, but it's awesome. I'm gonna start adding more pieces to the flame. So the fire's all burned down now. We're gonna put on our foil packs. And these coals are super hot, so they'll cook them and melt the frozen food. They'll cook them pretty quick. We'll have dinner. And the foil pack's just finished. We're gonna put out the fire now, which I think you guys all know. I think you guys all know how to do, so yeah, we'll just go. Bye.
Okay, welcome to Fire Building with Charlie. So today, for my segment of this video, I'm going to be building the teepee fire. So the teepee fire is a very basic fire. It's kind of your standard campfire fire. It's pretty easy to start. It's great to just add logs in. You don't really have to necessarily worry about the structural integrity of it. It's a great quick campfire, and it's perfect to just sit around and have some fun. So for your first step to build any fire is to make sure you have all your ingredients, all your everything you need to build the fire. So I'm not going to use giant fuel, but we have big sticks, some small stuff, and then we also have this fire paste, which I'm going to use to start it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start setting up the fire. I'm going to show you how to build it. Okay, your second step for building a fire is to make sure that you have your base. So for a teepee fire, you're gonna want your base to be slightly smaller. That way you can build above it. But what I did is I pretty much took some paper, crumpled that up, put a little bit of fire starter on it, some gel, it's kind of weird stuff, and then I put some thin wispies on it. And what thin wispies are dead hemlock branches. And they're great for starting a fire because they're dry, they're crackly, they're just overall great. Okay, your next step is to start putting some medium-sized stuff over that hemlock and paper-based beginning, You're just kind of gonna start building it up in that cone-shaped formation, and you're just gonna try to have all the sticks connect up top or get closer up top, a little wider on the bottom, and you're gonna start building it up. So we started building up, and you'll see when it gets bigger in the next step. Okay, hopefully you can see for our first step, we built up the fire even more and it got even bigger. So I'm not gonna build it that much bigger because I'm not planning to be out here for too long. No reason to build a fire any bigger than it is. However, you can build it up as big as you want. You can put giant fuel logs on it. You can make it super tall. Just make sure you stay safe. So now that I have a pretty big fire, I've built it up, made it that cone shape. I'm gonna light it up and you're gonna see how that works in just a sec. All right, hopefully you can now see I have my match, and matches are my preferred way to start a fire, but you can do it any way you want. So hopefully you can see my entry point here. I'm gonna try to put the match in here where the paper and fire gel is. And because I built this campfire in the way that it sizes out, you know, small stuff in the middle, big stuff on top, it should slowly burn out. It should slowly grow bigger as time goes on. So it's pretty windy right now, so the match might not light immediately, but I'm gonna try to get it going as soon as possible. All right, hopefully that lights the paper. It's lighting that hemlock. So now we got that paper going. That paper's hopefully gonna light the hemlock, which lights the fire gel, which is gonna light the smaller stuff, which is gonna light the bigger stuff. You can see now our fire's growing, and it's gonna continue to grow out because of that teepee shape. You know, because the way we built that teepee, it's just gonna grow out and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I love about a teepee fire. It burns through the night. It's a great way to get together and tell some stories. So yeah, that's a teepee fire for you guys.
Hi guys, so today we're going to be making a lean-to fire. This is one of the simpler fires to make. We're going to start it off by using a 9-volt battery and some steel wool. For tinder we have some birch bark, one of the best starters for fires, that's natural material, and some thin twigs. After that we have our smaller sized kindling, our larger sized kindling, and one fuel log. That's all you need. So to start off, we are going to wrap this up in a nice little bunch. Already have it pretty well done. And place it next to our fuel log. Kind of like that. After that, something simple, you just take your smaller size kindling and lean it up against your fuel log. So this is very good against directional winds. However, this fire does take a little bit more effort to sustain since it only has one fuel log, so it'll burn down pretty quickly. So it's a nice quick fire. After you have your small kindling, lie your large kindling on top. And then all you do is you take a little bit of steel wool, rip it off. Now we have a steel wool. I put a little bit of birch bark on top of it. That way it'll hopefully light the fire better. And then we just insert it. Take the 9-volt, which I had some duct tape on. That way it didn't start a fire. Touch it to the steel wool. And blow. And so as you can see there, little flame is starting up. Continue blowing. Trouble we're having is the wind is actually going in that direction, so the other side's having a bit of trouble catching. But as you can see, the fire is starting nicely up. And so yeah, this is how you start a lean-to fire.